Do you burn more fat working out in the morning, or is the evening secretly better? The answer might shock you. We have been told for years that one specific time of day is the holy grail for shredding pounds, while the other is a waste of time. But is that actually true, or is it just gym bro science? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which time will supercharge fat loss, and I'll give a tip most trainers never tell you that completely changes the game. Stay until the end because I'm revealing the single factor that trumps timing altogether. If you want to burn fat fast, you cannot afford to miss this. Let's get into the science first. Before we can pick a winner in the battle of morning versus evening workouts, we have to understand the biological machinery that actually strips fat off your body. Fat loss, at its core, is a game of energy balance. It is calories in versus calories out. But here is where it gets interesting. How your body chooses where to pull that energy from changes throughout the day based on your circadian rhythm. Your body is not a static machine, it is a biological clock. It operates on a 24-hour cycle that dictates your hormones, your body temperature, and your metabolism. There are two major players here that you need to know about: cortisol and testosterone. Cortisol is your stress hormone, but it also helps mobilize energy. It is naturally highest in the morning. Testosterone is crucial for muscle building and fat burning, and its levels fluctuate as well. Then you have body temperature. Your core temperature is at its lowest point while you are sleeping and right when you wake up. As the day goes on, your body temperature rises, peaking in the late afternoon. Why does this matter? Because a warmer body is a more pliable, efficient machine. It affects how your enzymes function and how much energy you can output. So, scientifically, your internal environment at 6 a.m. is completely different from your internal environment at 6 p.m. The question is, which environment is hostile to body fat? Quick side note, if workout timing has ever confused you or made you inconsistent, I've linked the exact program I recommend below. It's built around short, body weight sessions you can do whenever your schedule allows, morning or evening, so timing never becomes the reason you skip. You don't need it for this video, but it makes applying what we're talking about way easier. Let's look at the morning crew first. There is a massive cult following for morning training, and for good reason. The biggest argument for cracking the dawn patrol is the concept of fasted cardio. This is the idea that because you haven't eaten for 8 to 10 hours while sleeping, your glycogen stores, which are basically your body's stored sugar carbohydrates, are lower. When you hit the gym on an empty stomach, your body doesn't have immediate food energy to burn. So logically, it has to look for a backup fuel source. That backup source, your stored body fat. Studies have shown that people can burn up to 20% more fat during the actual workout session when they train in a fasted state compared to a fed state. That is a massive number if you are strictly looking at the hour you spend in the gym. Beyond the biology, there is the metabolism boost. Working out kickstarts your metabolic rate. If you do this first thing in the morning, you carry that elevated metabolic rate, often called the epoch effect, with you throughout the day. You are essentially turning your body into a furnace before you even sit down at your desk for work. Then there is the psychological edge. Discipline. There is something powerful about getting the hardest part of your day done while the rest of the world is hitting snooze. It builds momentum. You are less likely to make bad food choices at lunch if you have already put in the sweat equity at 6 a.m. Consistency is easier because nobody asks you to go to happy hour or stay late at the office at 5 a.m. The distraction level is 0. However, it is not all sunshine and six-packs. There are drawbacks. In the morning, your body temperature is low, your joints are stiffer, your central nervous system hasn't fully woken up yet. This means your strength output is generally lower. You probably won't hit a personal best on your deadlift 10 minutes after rolling out of bed. If you are doing high-intensity interval training or heavy lifting, your risk of injury is slightly higher because your body is essentially cold. Here is a practical tip if you are going to be a morning warrior. You cannot just jump into it. You must spend extra time on a mobility warm-up. 5 to 10 minutes of dynamic stretching is non-negotiable to get that body temperature up. Now, let's flip the coin to the evening grind. If mornings are about biology, evenings are about performance. This is where the science of workout timing for fat loss gets complicated. While you might burn more fat percentage-wise in the morning, you might burn more total calories in the evening. Why? Because you have fuel. By 6 p.m., you have eaten several meals. Your glycogen stores are topped off. You have glucose ready to be used for explosive energy. Your body temperature is at its peak. Your reaction times are faster. Your grip strength is better, and your endurance is higher. This means you can lift heavier weights, you can run faster, you can sustain high intensity for longer periods. When you work out harder and heavier, you create more muscle damage, the good kind that stimulates growth, and you burn a massive amount of total calories. Remember, muscle is metabolically expensive. The more muscle you build and maintain, the more fat you burn at rest. Since you can generally lift heavier in the evening, you are triggering a stronger muscle building signal. Also, for many people, the evening workout is the ultimate stress buster. You have had a long day, your boss was annoying, and you have pent-up aggression. Taking that out on the weights creates a cortisol release that, provided you recover afterwards, helps clear your mind and reset your system. But just like mornings, the evening has its kryptonite. The biggest one? Sleep. High-intensity exercise raises your heart rate and your core temperature. If you train too close to bedtime, say 9 o'clock p.m., you might find yourself staring at the ceiling until midnight. Poor sleep is the #1 killer of fat loss. If you aren't sleeping, your cortisol stays high and your body holds onto fat for dear life. Then there is the motivation factor. After a brutal day at work, mental fatigue sets in. It is very easy to talk yourself out of the gym when your couch and Netflix are calling your name. Consistency can suffer in the evening because life is unpredictable. Here is your practical tip for the evening crew. Fuel properly, but be careful with stimulants. You want a good pre-workout meal with carbs and protein about an hour before you train, but avoid heavy caffeine late in the day or you will wreck your sleep quality, which undoes all your hard work. But over 24 hours, the gap shrinks. Your body compensates. Morning fat burn may be offset by carb burn later, while evening carb burn may be balanced by fat burn during sleep. This afterburn effect is often higher after intense evening sessions. Scientifically, differences are marginal. We're talking small percentages, not double results. Hate mornings? Forcing it lowers intensity, and a low-effort morning workout will never beat a high-intensity evening session. Before we wrap this up, here's the reality. Fat loss doesn't come down to morning versus evening. It comes down to consistency and intensity over time. And that's why I linked the program I personally recommend below. It's designed to burn fat, improve mobility, and build lean muscle with short bodyweight sessions you can do anywhere, so you actually stick with it. Like, if you're tired of overthinking timing and just want something that works with your schedule, check it out after the video. Adherence changes everything. The optimum workout time is long-term. 2 people. Person A dislikes mornings, misses sessions, and works 50%. Night owl person B trains hard at 6 p.m. every day and never misses. Consistency and intensity beat timing. Person B burns more fat. Diet and daily energy expenditure matter more than time. A poor diet and perfect training won't burn fat. Train during your worst time, stay in a calorie deficit, and become shredded. Who should morning train? Early birds, those with busy evenings, or anyone who handles fasting exercises well and wants to check the gym off first thing. Who should evening train? Night owls, those that focus on strength and muscle as well as fat loss, or those who utilize the gym to decompress and socialize. Extra tip, add 10-minute HIIT finishers to boost metabolism and always choose post-workout nutrition to maximize muscle protein synthesis and body composition changes. Mornings offer better immediate fat mobilization, evenings better performance and total calorie burn. The winner is when you continuously show up, work hard, and repeat. Not 6 a.m. versus 6 p.m. Consistency and intensity determine fat loss. Skipping workouts is the only bad one. Comment below, morning warrior or evening grinder.